here. Okay, my name is Edith, and we're doing a short practice review of what we did in class today on July the 9th. I'm going to share from my screen, and now you should be able to see what time is it. Analog and digital clocks. There's two ways to say each time of day, at least. So let's just do a listening practice. I will say the time, and then you can repeat it at home and check your pronunciation. I woke up very early this morning. It was 6 o'clock. So sample, noting the use of the past tense, it was 6 in the morning, or it was 6 o'clock. You can also say it was 6 a.m. So as you see, this is the digital clock is going to show you 6:00. Your analog clock will show shorthand to 6, large hand to 12, or we sometimes call the big hand and the little hand, or the shorthand and the big hand on the clock. I stayed in bed and looked at my clock again. It was only 6:15. I stayed in bed and looked at my clock again. It was only 6:15. Another way you can say that, it was only 6:15. So we talked about fractions today and about how each quarter hour is 15 minutes because there are 60 minutes in the hour. So it was 6:15 or 6:15. By the time I got up and took my shower, it was already 7:25. So let's say it was 7:25 a.m. It was 7:25 a.m. Or you can also say it was 25 minutes after 7. It was 25 minutes after 7. Or 25 past 7. Even eliminating the word minutes, it was 25 after 7 or 25 past 7. I ate a quick breakfast at 7:30. So it was 7:30 a.m. or 7:30 in the morning. Let's say it was 7:30. 7:30. Okay, we're moving along in our date time. The morning went quickly. It is already time for lunch. Now it is 12 noon. So you can say now it is noon, now it is 12 noon, or now it is 12 o'clock. So let's practice those. It's 12 o'clock. It is 12 noon. It's noon. What time is lunch? At noontime. Noontime. What time is it? It's 1:30. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. And below the 1:30, I've put in the military time. We talked about how the military services always use 2400-hour clock. Oftentimes in Europe, I don't know about China, you will see the train schedule written 13:30. It makes it very clear it's 1:30 in the afternoon. So it's 1:30 in the afternoon. What time is it here? It is 2:15 or 2:15. And then the next clock, what time is it? It's 2:40 p.m. It's 2:40 p.m. You can also say it's 20 minutes to 3 or 20 minutes till 3. Either one is correct. It's 20 minutes to 3, T-O. It's 20 minutes till 3, T-I-L-L. And some might even say it's 20 minutes before 3. So before you get to 3 o'clock, there's still 5, 10, 15, 20 more minutes. So it's 2:40 or 20 minutes before 3. Many different ways to say that. What time is it here? Well, it's 3:45. Okay, we have 15 minutes before 4, so we say 3:45. It's 3:45 or it's 3:45. When you look at your digital clock, we'll just say 3:45. But you know, if you remember the analog clock, this kind, that it's 1/4 of an hour. It's 3:45. What time is it now? It's 4 o'clock. 4 in the afternoon. Tea time in Great Britain, it's 4 o'clock. Finally, it is 5:30. Maybe it's time to pick up students from after-school activities. It's 5:30. 5:30 p.m. Military time, it's 17:30. Some people might also say it's 4:30. I don't hear that as much as I used to. I think people are getting used to the digital clocks and are more likely to say 5:30, not 5:30, 5:30. But you can also say it's 5:30. What time is it here? It's 6 o'clock. Now it's 6:30 in the evening. 6:30. Here it is 7:30. Later on, it's 8 o'clock at night or 8 in the evening. When people start calling evening, we didn't talk about that, but it's usually about 5 or 6 o'clock. The traditional time of differentiating or splitting between afternoon and evening was 6 o'clock, halfway between noon and midnight. And 12 a.m., we always say it's midnight. It's very rare to say it's 12 o'clock. Cinderella had to leave the ball because her slippers, all of her things would change back into ordinary elements at 12 o'clock midnight, the stroke of 12. Okay, so that's our clock practice. We did that today. Let me stop share. And I will review one of the other sheets that we had. I'm going to pause the recording, so I can do a pause. Okay, now I'm going to switch over to some of the other things we did a little bit earlier in the class time, sharing my screen from the other lesson page sheet. And we reviewed that we were going to do what we're going to cover on July the 9th was fractions, prices, numbers and measurements, phone numbers, and numbers and telling time. So let's go back to some of the lesson that we reviewed. We're not going to go through every bit of the lesson, just a quick review. A penny is 1 cent. That's the brown copper color coin. Another one, it's also very small, is a dime. It's actually worth 10 cents. Now they use the word cent because a cent is 100 in French, and 1 cent is 1/100th of a dollar. A dime is 10 cents or 10/100ths of a dollar, which is equal to 1/10. So that's 10 cents, the dime. The nickel with Thomas Jefferson on it is worth 5 cents. Even though it's bigger than a dime, 2 nickels equal 1 dime. So 5 cents is 5/100ths of a dollar. A quarter is 1/4 of a dollar or 1/4 of a dollar, and that's 25 cents. A full dollar is going to be 100/100ths. So a quarter is 25 cents or 1/4 of a dollar. You can usually call that a quarter, even though it's worth 25 cents. The next one is a half dollar, less common. Usually machines, if you put a coin in, will take quarters, not half dollars. A half dollar is a 50-cent piece or half of $1. We talked about how the quarters all used to look alike, but now you will find many varieties of state quarters that were issued over a period of years as for collection. So I think the 1980s primarily. And then the other quarter dollars, now we have a lot of quarters that are celebrating different national parks. And so you can see a lot of different, I think it's called the America the Beautiful series, a lot of different quarters. We went through fractions, one fraction being either a half, a quarter, 3/4, or, let me see if I can scroll down here, 1/3, 1/8, 1/10. So different fractions. We reviewed the chart on the left, 1 whole, 1/2. Repeat it. 1/2, it's HALF. If you say I want 2 halves, it's HALVES, 2 halves. 1/3, 1/4, 1/5, 1/6. I'm going too fast, sorry. 1/2, 1/3, 1/4 or 1/4, 1/5, 1/6. You can either say 1/7 or you can say a 7th. 1/8, 1/8. You can also say an 8th. So because it starts with a vowel, like we learned in other examples last week, an 8th or 1/8. 1/9 and 1/10 or a 10th. We talked about the number 12. You'll find a dozen eggs, and we did a little bit of math practice with that. A half dozen would be 6. So 1/2 is a fraction. Half of the 12 is just 6 eggs. We also talked about prices. Oftentimes, if you buy a bigger package of Cheerios or cereal or a bigger box of eggs, you might get a cheaper price. But when I went shopping, I looked at Target and found that eggs were $3.19 for a dozen. At Safeway, there were 18 eggs for $5.79. So I looked at the price per egg, or how much each egg cost, and found that the $3.19 was still cheaper at Target per egg. We talked about fractions and expressions and recipes. And so here are some examples. If you have a next door neighbor that brings you a dish of spinach souffle and you say, yum, this tastes delicious. May I have the recipe, please? Americans will give you the recipes with ounces and pounds and tablespoons and teaspoons, not with liters or centimeters, centiliters or whatever they call, I don't know, milliliters. They will talk with these expressions. So this spinach souffle takes 5 large eggs, 1 ounce. So even though it's spelled OZ period for abbreviation on your recipe card or in your book, it's going to be a spell out OUNCE. So 1 ounce of Parmesan cheese. Now the Parmesan, the S is pronounced like ZH. So it doesn't say Parmesan, it's Parmesan, it's Parmesan cheese. The next cheese is a French cheese called Gruyere, 1 1/2 ounces. So we have a plural because it's more than 1 1/2 ounces of Gruyere cheese. 1 1/2 ounces. 10 ounces of frozen spinach, or 12 ounces of fresh spinach. So 10 ounces, or 12 ounces. The next one, you'll see that there are TBSP with a capital T or TSP with a lowercase t. TBSP, or just T period by itself with a capital letter, is equal to 1 tablespoon. That's the larger spoon, like a serving spoon. 1 teaspoon is more like what you stir your tea with or have in the morning for cereal, maybe a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon. So this recipe calls for 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. 3 tablespoons, can you say that? 3 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. 1 cup of milk, capital C stands for cup. If you put 4 cups of milk, it would be 4 and still just have a capital C. The same for ounce and ounces, tablespoons or tablespoon, cup or teaspoons. They don't add the S when they're doing the abbreviation. So 1 C milk is 1 cup of milk. If you saw 2 C milk, you would say 2 cups of milk. The next one is 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/8 teaspoon of grated nutmeg, a spice. So 1/4 teaspoon, 1/8 teaspoon. And then we review the abbreviations. Ounce, OZ, for 1/16 of a pound, because there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. 1 ounce, 1 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon, 1 cup. It takes 4 quarter cups or 2 half cups to equal 1 cup. So the recipe may call for 1 cup of milk. I may decide to pour it into a half a cup at a time. So I would use 2 half cups for this recipe. A pound, LB, is equal to pound. And I don't remember what it is for that either. I don't know why OZ for ounce and why LB for pound, but those are the abbreviations. So 1 pound has 16 ounces. And you'll see it printed as LB period, not 1B, but LB period. We use the example of pizza to share different fractions as well. The pizza on the left, pizza A, is cut into 8 pieces. The pizza on the right, pizza B, is cut into 6 pieces. So if I ate a half a pizza, on the left, I would have 4 slices. If I had a half of pizza B, I would only have 3 pieces or 3 slices of pizza. We also talked about dividing or splitting them up, but that's not necessary here. Let's go on. We practice conversations with phone numbers and then practicing writing down phone number. I will read it and let's repeat. What's your phone number? What's your phone number? 408-965-1212. 408-965-1212. My voice goes down at the end of the sentence. And then Anna wasn't sure she heard it right, so she asks the question. Her voice is going to go up. 408-969-1222. And then the answer, no, it's 408-965-1212. So in case she was writing it down, I will emphasize, like the red letters, the 5 and the 1. which were the numbers that she did not hear correctly, I would say, no, it's 408-965-1212. The area code may be written down differently, sometimes with parentheses. So here are 3 different phone numbers. The first one is 669-123-4808. We could also say 4808 or 4808. The second phone number is area code 669, then 667-8480 or 667-8480. 667, you don't say, you just say 667 usually. The next phone number, 724 is the area code, and it's written with a modern style with just periods in between. I've seen it on some business cards, but I don't think many people use it. That phone number is 724-713-9191. Then we had a practice conversation, which people did very well at in our session today. I think I might go to the Cupertino Library today to study. And the next person answers, do you know when they are open? No, but their phone number is 408-446-1677. I phoned and found out they are open Monday through Friday from 10 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock in the evening, but only 10 to 6:30 on Saturday. Or you could say from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Are they open on Sunday? Yes, they have the same hours, Saturday and Sunday. I think the Sunnyvale Library may be closer to me. When are they open? Their website shows 10 to 9 Monday through Thursday, but they close at 6 o'clock on Friday and Saturday. And on Sunday, they're only open 1 to 6 p.m. or 1 to 6. So there you see that the little hyphen between the 10 and the 9 and the 1 and the 6 are pronounced like 2. It's 10 to 9 or 10 until 9 or 10 till 9. That means starting at 10 o'clock and ending up that they're closing the doors at 9 o'clock, opening at 1 o'clock on Sunday, closing at 6 o'clock. Do you want to phone them to ask about how to get a library card? Yes, you know their number. Their phone number is 408-730-7300. And we talked about how with phone numbers or street addresses, if you see something that looks like 7,300 or 1,698, usually say 7,300, 1698, or 1,698. Usually just 1698, chunk the numbers. Now we'll repeat it as it's written. I think I might go to the Cupertino Library today to study. I think I might go to the Cupertino Library today to study. Do you know when they are open? They is meaning the library. Even though it's a library, is it? You know when it's open? You could also say, you know when it's open, but I put they. Do you know when they are open? No, but their phone number is 408-446-1677. Or no, but their phone number is 408-446-1677. So let's practice that. No, but their phone number is 408-446-1677. I phoned and found out they're open Monday through Friday from 10 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock in the evening. So I phoned and found out they are open Monday through Friday from 10 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And found they're open Monday through Friday from 10 o'clock to 9 o'clock, but only 10 to 6:30 on Saturday. But only 10 to 6:30 on Saturday. So I could have used a hyphen like I did below, or in this case, I wrote out the word to. Are they open on Sunday? Or you could say, is it open on Sunday? Yes, they have the same hours Saturday and Sunday. They have the same hours Saturday and Sunday. I think the Sunnyvale Library may be closer to me. When are they open? Now, the word library is pronounced, you do pronounce the first R. You will hear many Americans say library, but it's actually library. I used to work as a librarian, so I'm conscious of that. My ear always picks up on it. But even many people who have been speaking English all their lives, born here in California, some still say library, but it's library. I think the Sunnyvale Library may be closer to me. The Sunnyvale Library may be closer to me. When are they open? Their website shows 10 to 9, Monday through Thursday. So let's try that part. Their website shows 10 to 9, Monday through Thursday. But they close at 6 o'clock on Friday and Saturday. And on Sunday, they are only open 1 to 6 p.m. On Sunday, they are only open 1 to 6. Did you want to phone them to ask about how to get a library card? Did you want to phone them to ask about how to get a library card? Yes. Do you know their number? Their phone number is 408-730-7300. Their phone number is 408-730-7300. Thanks. So that's our quick summary of today.